Bookie's New and Used Books is a supporter of WXAV 88.3 FM and WXAV.com. Located at 10324 Southwestern Avenue in Chicago, Bookie's offers a selection of new and used books with orders available for books not currently in stock. For more information, visit their website at bookiesbookstores.com.
Support for WXAV 88.3 is being provided by Northwest Community Credit Union, located on campus inside the Graham School of Management. The credit union provides its members with a variety of financial products and services to help them achieve their financial goals. Members can access services and bank on NWCCU's mobile app. For more information, visit their website at nwccu.com or call them at 1-800-2BELONG.
This is a WXAV 773 Sounds podcast, introducing you to the best local bands in the Chicagoland area.
I think my first question would be, how did you get into music?
I've kind of been playing music my whole life. My dad's a musician, and so is my sister. And we had a band, we still do, and I've kind of been playing with them my whole life, and I really grew up around it. And then I started writing music a couple years ago, and here we are. So
That's awesome. Do you have any artists that were an inspiration for you when you started?
Definitely my dad. That's a little corny to say, but it's true. Also, I'd say a lot of folk artists, both newer and more older. I like Phil Oakes a lot and Bob Dylan, as well as I like the band Saint Seneca. They're a more recent folk band. And yeah, I just think artists like that. Also, I don't know if they really contribute to my sound a lot, but my favorite band is the Ramones. I know I don't really have that kind of sound, but I take a lot of inspiration from them, I think.
That's awesome. I mean, I feel like when you said that, I was like, yes, because I'm a weird mix of I love punk music, but I also like folk music.
Oh, me too.
And that's definitely happened for me since I started working here, because my boss Pete loves folk music, so he was the one who sent me your EP. And the EP is fantastic. I mean, do you want to talk about how that came together? What was it like?
Yeah, so it started a couple summers ago when I wrote, Piper was the first song that I wrote for the EP.
Okay.
And at that time, it was the first song I'd ever finished. But I could kind of tell, because there's something, because I'd written songs before that, but Piper gave me a specific feeling that that song was going to be finished. So I really kept working on that one. And then over the course of the next few months, I wrote all the other songs. And Right Where You Are was the last song I wrote. Yeah, then we started recording eventually in November of last year, I think. And Space and Time was the first song we did because I just performed that one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was a really cool experience. It took about a year all the way through to get through all of the recording and everything, but I really loved every minute of it. It was really incredible, and I was so grateful to be able to hear my music, be able to play it. It was so cool.
And I mean, it's got to be trippy hearing it when it's done. You know what I mean?
It's weird.
I
Well,
would
it was
imagine.
because I heard every, stage from the first rough mixes, the ones I made on my computer, to then the final recordings.
hmm
And it took a while for them to not all sound the same. It was kind of weird. But then when I finally heard the final one, I was like, oh, there it is. And it was a really cool feeling.
So you said Piper was the first song you wrote,
Yes.
and Right Where You Are was the last one.
hmm
Do you want to talk about what inspired Right Where You Are?
Yeah. I think Right Where You Are, it was interesting because the chorus wasn't originally, those weren't the lyrics at all. It was because I was playing it with my dad and he misheard them.
Oh,
Because it was something I'd put in a filler chorus because I couldn't figure out what to write there. And I
mhm.
had the lyrics ready, and I wasn't quite sure what it was about, but I knew it was something that kind of, hit close to home for me, I guess, even though I
Yeah.
wasn't really 100% sure of what it was. So I'd put in a filler chorus that I think was Stars, Where Have You Gone? And I was like, I hate that, but I'm just gonna put it in there so I have something to sing there. And my dad was writing a drum part, and he goes, I really like that line. It starts right where you are. I was like, that's not in it at all, but we'll just add it. So we did, and the song kind of molded from there, I think.
I love that. I love like misheard lyrics in general. I think they're so
Yeah.
funny. And I love that that was actually how the song happened for you. And especially that it was your dad, you know?
Yeah.
That actually kind of leads into something else I wanted to ask you. Like, so you said you've been like performing with your dad and your sister for a while.
Mhm.
Have you noticed anything different about doing your solo stuff? Like, I would imagine there's changes.
Yeah, it's interesting because even though it was like my, solo music, they were still like my sister singing background vocals on a lot of the songs, like the backing vocals and like Piper and all the other songs, like that's her. And sometimes it's me, but she did a lot of the backing vocals, and my dad plays a lot of the guitar and drums on all the songs.
Okay.
So, but it did feel very different, even though we were all still playing together. I think playing the songs that like I wrote made a big difference. And it was it was really fun. And I just like to get to hear them.
I mean, that's awesome. I love that they're still like so involved for you. And it sounds like you really enjoyed playing with them as like
I
part of a
do.
trio too. What was that like?
Well, that's kind of been, throughout my life. I think I officially joined the act when I was like 12,
Oh, wow.
but when I was like 6 or 7, I would get up on stage and do like a song or two and, dance because I couldn't fully sing yet. But I think kind of getting to like grow up there, really kind of formed like the person that I am and like how I do my music. Because my sister taught me how to like harmonize when I
Aw,
was like very, very little. And my dad taught me guitar. So
yeah.
I'm
That's
just
really
very
sweet.
involved with my life.
Yeah, it
Obviously.
sounds like
Yeah.
it. But like especially with performing and everything, and
Yeah.
that's really cool. Um, we talked about Piper, but my other question about your songwriting was when you write, do you start with melody or lyrics first usually?
Um, Usually I start with like it's kind of confusing because usually I start with chords and then write lyrics and then kind of mess around on a melody because a lot of them have and they go through a lot of like stages and I have a tendency to like, just kind of I'm very nitpicky, so I kind of each section gets rewritten over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And I also, if I write a guitar part that I like, I tend to write a bunch of songs over that guitar part and then decide on one that I like. So I'll have like lyrics and different melodies that go over it. I'll
Okay.
have to decide which one's, the good one. And sometimes I just have guitar parts that I don't have anything for because I decide that none of them are good enough.
Yeah. That's a good thing though. You got like options and
Yeah.
like maybe you can like pull it back out one day. Like if
Yeah,
you
I
ever
kind
find
of,
something.
well, Right Where You Are was kind of Frankenstein, I think, actually from that's, yeah, I don't know why it's always that one. But it's I took some lyrics that were originally in Space and Time that I took out and I put them in there because I thought that I'd still fit the message of the song, but and I liked the lyrics, they just didn't work for Space and Time, so I used them in a different song.
I love that you use the word Frankenstein. That's such a fun description of things.
Yeah.
Like anytime people use it, it makes me giggle.
I do know that that's not the monster's name. I do know that. It's the
That
doctor. It's in proper use, but
I love when people remember that. I mean, that's like I literally had a conversation with my dad about that the other day.
yeah, common misconception.
Everybody thinks that, especially with like the movie that came out, you know?
Yeah.
Like people are thinking about Frankenstein again. I got a couple more questions, but one of them is if our listeners want to like know more about you, they can go on your website, right?
Yes, I have a band camp. It has
Okay.
information and I also have an Instagram. But
Okay. Do you want to say what those are?
uh you just look up Ella St. John Band Camp and or the St. John Family Hour, which is my family's band, but then if you look up their band camp, you can find me on there and you can buy the EP, which would be very nice for me because you can't listen to it, but you can also buy it and it comes with a PDF booklet.
Ooh,
can buy it for $5. It's a
Ooh.
steal. And then my Instagram is Ella St. John Songs.
If anybody's listening and wants to check Ella's stuff out, please, please do. She's so good. My other question for you is, are you working on anything new?
Actually, I was in the studio today
Ooh.
with my new band, Midnight Blue, which we
Oh.
haven't released anything yet, but it's coming. So watch out for Lucky
Oh, I'm
coming
excited.
eventually.
Coming eventually. You heard it
You'll
here
see.
first. We will definitely keep an eye out for that whenever it happens eventually. I love the CP. Pete really loves the CP. I think our listeners are gonna like it. And we're excited to hear whatever else you come up with.
Thank you so much. I'm very excited to have this opportunity, so thank you.
Yeah, of course. And one more time, can you just remind us what your Bandcamp and your Instagram are?
Yes, you can find me at Bandcamp. I am Ella St. John.
Mhm.
Uh, and you can find me on Instagram at Ella St. John Songs. And you should go follow and you should buy the EP if you want to.
You totally should. It's wonderful. Piper is probably my favorite, like I said, but Space and Time is the name of the EP. The whole thing's so good.
Thank you for listening to this WXAV 773 Sounds podcast. For more information on 773 Sounds, please visit our website, wxav.com.